Hey guys, how's it going? So as I explained in my review of Enola Holmes, this is the September wrap-up video and I'm gonna tell you what movies I saw and how I felt about these films. I'm not gonna give detailed thoughts on every single one of these films because that's gonna take forever. I'm gonna do it in like a quick rapid fire kind of style. I did watch 15 movies in the month of September, which is not a lot, not that many. That's like one movie every other day. As I said in the Enola Holmes video, I was depressed. This is kind of what happens around this time of the year. I get depressed, I start feeling melancholic, I just don't function properly. My brain kind of shuts off every couple hours. But yeah, I did watch 15 movies, so let's talk about these films. So throughout August and September, I went through Tetsuya Nakashima's entire filmography. He is a Japanese film director. I think his most famous work is Confessions. And The World of Kanako is one of his films. This movie came out in 2014. And, I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of this. This was a Japanese B-noir. It was quite nasty, needlessly violent, and I felt gross after watching it. The performances are amazing, like across the board, as is the case with like pretty much every single one of his films. But yeah, this one didn't work for me. I liked the first half of this film better than the second half. The first half has, dinosaurs eating people, dinosaurs chasing people. The whole thing on Isla Nubla, it's cool. It has some cool visual effects. And the opening like 5 minutes of the movie, really great stuff. And then the thing with the mansion happens and auction starts happening. And I was like, what are you trying to be? I hope the third one is, somewhat better than the previous two, but yeah, wasn't a huge fan. I love Magic Mike XXL. I want Channing all over my Tatum. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I went back to the cinemas for the first time in 8 months in September. The last movie I saw in theaters was Ford v Ferrari back in January, but I decided this will be the film. Before seeing Tenet, this will be the film that brings me back to theaters again. And, this movie was good. I liked it. I know this movie came out, like, pretty much everywhere in the world back in, like, November or December, like, last holiday season. But yeah, Tom Hanks is great, even though he looks nothing like Fred Rogers. And I'm a big fan of Marielle Heller's films. If you liked this movie, check out Can You Ever Forgive Me? So I saw Battleship because I was in the mood for big, loud, mindless action movie, and it actually wasn't that bad. I do think this is significantly better than any of Michael Bay's Transformers sequels. The action is visually coherent and pretty fucking exciting. The characters are diverse. It even has a character with physical disabilities who isn't laughed at or mocked like, Michael Bay does in his movies. The third act was pretty fucking sweet. The visual effects were great, and if you haven't seen this movie, you should check it out. Somebody please tell me that this is somehow connected to the Cloverfield universe. Like, a giant monster living underwater and terrorizing, like, people? That sounds like a premise out of Cloverfield, or something that belongs to that world. My least favorite film of 2020 goes to Chemical Hearts. Congratulations. So Tenet, it's Christopher Nolan's latest film. A lot of people were very excited about this film, myself included. I want to do a separate video for this one. It deserves a separate review. So all I'm going to say right now is I really liked it. If you want to know what depression feels like, watch this movie. It's such a delightful film. I remember seeing the poster for Allied back in 2016, but a couple people that I knew from my school, like my film school, told me that it was a bad movie, so I decided to skip it. And now I saw it on Amazon Prime, and I actually liked this a lot. I think it's a solid movie. I'm a sucker for an old-fashioned spy movie, or like a World War II mystery kind of film. And I thought this was pretty good. And I get really excited every time Robert Zemeckis makes an R-rated movie. I'm not saying his like PG-13 films are bad. I think they're great. It's just, you know, the studios don't give him enough opportunities to make something like this. This was surprisingly great. I liked how mature and heartfelt it was. Pete Davidson is great in this. The standout for me is Belle Powley. I love her in pretty much anything, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her in other movies. And, you know, Judd Apatow's films tend to be overlong, and this movie is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It could have been just under 2 hours, but I liked the slow approach. I enjoyed seeing, you know, this guy's day-to-day life. It was kind of relatable to me because I'm going through a similar phase in my life. But yeah, I laughed quite a lot. I was moved by the end, and yeah, this was, again, surprisingly great. So this is another Tetsuya Nakashima film. He's the guy who did The World of Kanako. And I like this one quite a bit. It starts out as this weird family drama, and then it turns into this batshit crazy J-horror movie. And again, the performances are amazing. There are some really creepy imagery, and the scares are pretty fucking effective. I definitely recommend this over The World of Kanako. And yeah, if you are a fan of Japanese horror movies, I think you will appreciate this. So, this movie exists, I guess. So the last movie I saw in September was Haywire. I've seen this film many times, and I like this a lot. And I decided to rewatch it because I was in the mood for some action movie. And I think this is a very underrated film. Gina Carano is great. I mean, everyone in the movie is good. It's got Ewan McGregor, Channing Tatum, Michael Fassbender, Michael Douglas, Antonio Banderas, Bill Paxton, rest in peace. And, you know, the movie is shot beautifully by Soderbergh. It's edited beautifully by Soderbergh. The music by David Holmes, who also composed the music for his Ocean's 11 trilogy. Yeah, if you're a fan of Soderbergh's, I think you will really like this. So those are the films I saw in September. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. And yeah, I'm planning on doing this every month. At least I'm gonna do it for October. It's a Halloween month. I'm gonna watch a lot of horror movies, and I'm not gonna make a video for every single one of these horror movies. So yeah, this will be a great way for me to talk to you guys about films that I saw. So yeah, give it a thumbs up, please. Subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends and families, your loved ones, significant others. I really don't care. Just don't give it to like racist and Nazi admirers. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you soon.